Alright, welcome to, I believe, part 18? The 15 was the last, the 16 was the one, 17 was the one we just did, so it should be 18. We're going to try to push to the finale in this episode, and make this the last episode. If not, one or two more. Maybe we can end it at 20. Either way, let's do this. Oh, I gotta actually switch over to the gameplay before I start. Alright,
Today the town feels kind of weird.
yeah.
Sometimes folks feel like drinking. Yeah. You'll be back. Remember, today the town.
Let's talk. This is Tuesday's cocktail. A mimosa. Orange juice spiked with champagne. Oh shit! Orange juice. We found Sunny D. We found Sunny D. Skin is homely, perfumed with the fragrance of French culture. Miosma has a beloved cocktail of upper class French society. Sip it. Maybe taste the flavors are nice. Perfect cocktail. Yeah. I like Xavier. Do you know where the name of this cocktail comes from? I make the cocktail, but I don't know where any of the names come from. Reason being, I never wondered where any names come from. Can't think of to investigate something if it never occurs to you. So I don't know a thing about names of any cocktails. Yeah. Zach, the name Mimosa comes from Mimosa genus in the Lagami family. Some mimosa flowers have cute yellow buds. That's where the name of the cocktail comes from. Orange juice makes you think of dazzling yellow flowers, doesn't it? Incidentally, the cocktail itself was born in Paris, 1925. At the time called Champagne a l'Orange. Mick has been making this cocktail for so long without even knowing such an obvious fact with all of the atmosphere. There may be something more that this man after all. Alright, well, we'll just order it.
Today the town. Okay. Sometimes, yeah.
Since I got the mimosa. I'm drunk now. Dang it, shouldn't be instant drunk. It should be a percentage based on how much alcohol is in the drink. Come on.
You'll be back, yeah, Bureau Man. Remember, live jazz on the weekends.
Yeah, I'm drunk. Okay. Yeah. Can't be drunk on the job, so. That's what I got this for. Nope, no longer drunk on the job. Side task completed. Not drunk. Alright, well, I don't see anything here that would count, so let's go to the bowling alley. I've tried coffee. I'm going to keep these possible foods in mind from this game. As possible dishes that could pop up in my story. And same for the other game. I might go to the other game at some point again. I know it's a long one too, but I really want to do it. I mean, it doesn't take that long to actually go through it. If you know what you're doing. I pretty much know what I'm doing. I would make an effort to like 100% though. To actually do something I hadn't done yet with the game. I have a feeling Everything I need is down this way. I see all the shops I need. Go around. Probably need to cross the bridge over there. Boom, 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 booty, boom. Booty, boom. Okay. Wait. Don't question.
I still don't feel refreshed yet, Zach. How about we go and grab a warm cup of joe? I'm sure it'll lead us to a new revelation.
It is coffee. We should have to find a place that doesn't. Wait. No, that's not warm enough.
I still don't feel refreshed yet, Zach. How about we go and grab a warm cup of joe? I'm sure it'll lead us to a new revelation.
I'm just going to assume it's at this cafe. I didn't see coffee at the other place. No matter like it was, and I just missed it. Has to be a warm cup of joe. It can't be a cold cup of joe from a vending machine. There's got to be a cutscene. Don't want you triggered the cutscene from anywhere. No one have the staging right. It's just literally coming.
Oh my lord! You sure look pooped, honey.
Hello, Alexis. Yes, someone did quite the number on me.
Must have given you one heck of a shiner. Well, let me get you some coffee so you can relax, honey.
Yes, that's it, Alexis. Just what I was waiting for. Would it be possible to get an especially pungent cup, smoldering with all the heat of the southern sun?
Coming right up.
Okay. It's in the coffee. It's premonition in my coffee.
Zach, look.
He is. I knew it.
Patty. No, Melvin. No!
Oh my lord, what are you trying to do? Wake the dead? What's wrong, honey?
Where is this boathouse located?
Oh my lord, what's going on with you? Your poor voice is positively trembling.
Just tell me. Where is this boathouse located?
There's lots of boathouses around these parts, honey. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, then can you at least tell me when this photo was taken?
Looks to me like it was taken during the Clarkson Campbell wedding party when PJ married his ex-wife Audrey.
There was a building this tall in town back then?
Oh, you know what? That must be the cold storage warehouse. That big billboard on the roof is the Clarksons, see? I bet you'd be able to get a great view of all the boathouses in the swamp from up there.
Thank you. That's all the info I need. Would you mind if I borrowed this?
Shoot, of course not, honey.
Thanks for your help. And keep the change.
Oh, my lord.
Okay. I was right on the money about coming here. Deadly Premonition. See, almost stupidly enough, this game actually seems like a good one to start with. Actually, for this, even though it's like actually more in the future, because it actually kind of goes over the rules a lot better than the first one kind of does. Because again, the first one kind of just like throws you in and then kind of guides you to the main mission specifically, and will remind you to do the main mission like constantly. This one doesn't do that, and it kind of makes the main missions kind of also feel side questy. But at the same time, this game's also not as long or not as story heavy. Like, because they focus half their story in okay. We get there as fast as we can. I know we could get there in like a split second, but I'm just doing one thing. But anyway, I'm gonna pretend like we're in a hurry and the car's not going to take us there in time. I think certain actions should have time penalties, is all I'm saying. Especially this game technically doesn't actually care if you take like 9 weeks to beat it. Or 100 days to beat it, since technically there's a freaking stamp for staying here for 100 days. So, I mean, with that in mind, that to me would mean that this game wouldn't really care. So technically, I think.
Do you think Patty's okay? She acts strong, but it seemed like she was deeply distraught. Where did Melvin disappear to? The same goes for her mother, Candy. We never even got a chance to meet her mother. Did they get swallowed up into the Clarksons' vortex as well? We need to hurry, Zach. As of now, Patty could be in danger. Can't stop moving until we find the source to all this chaos.
Gotcha. Okay, that building's not there. Now let's save, because we're about to get into some serious shit. Any other game, you technically had that, but also the cigarettes. Anytime you use the cigarettes, they would, you could use them for as long as you wanted. Oh.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the Sang Rouge distribution route. Let us work.
Alright, still can't get in that building either. Verify, because I was going to make sure. I've not been able to get back into this cold storage building. It's like a weird particular building that you can't re-enter. Found it. Found the spot I need to go to. Alright. We're here. On the other side. Oh. Don't you mess with me now. I'm 500% sure this is where I need to be. Just the tall billboard and everything. Maybe it's locked like the other lock. So, besides a bat gadget, which I do not have, because I'm not Batman. Unfortunately, I don't know how I'm going to get through that. I need to play some Batman games too, but I might actually save them. As much as I wanted to go through them like right away for the first season stuff, I might actually save them for when the heroes are actually active and just being heroes. Where's just the cold building? Where's the cold storage? Wait. No, this is right. This is right. I love how there's no markers to anything important here. Like, we need to hurry, but there's no markers to tell me where the heck I'm supposed to go. Like, really? Are you seriously? Where your thing blocked me from where I'm supposed to go, because they said the cold storage facility, they said tall billboard. Alright, what's my main thing say? Go to the roof of the cold storage warehouse and find a boathouse. And question mark. We're so close to the end, we can taste it. Okay. What is... Let me ask one more question here. What is the business hours for this place? 7 to 7. We're 8. Alright. Alright. I still have a sleeping bag. Alright, I don't. But I might have, I think I have like a high quality sleeping bag in my inventory. So you know what?
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're about to say. But that's why we're here. To protect this peace. Isn't that right, Zach?
You're right, but how the heck are we supposed to do this? Alright, well maybe we need Audrey. It's Tuesday, so tomorrow's a weekday, so all I need to do, what I want to do, is go to the park. What is it? Park. Yeah, right here. Bees. Alright, well, I'm sure that then. Well, at least I have a sleeping bag. I guess that'll work. So... I guess we'll wake up at 7. We'll be starving, but I have some food. I have all types of food in my bag. And we're supposed to hurry, but you know, this game's really dumb when it comes to time. So, whew. All right. Let's get out of here first. Oh, I want to look at my food meter. Okay. Sleeping bag did not break. Alright, I need to actually look at this for a sec. Alright. There we go. What you gotta do in necessity times. Alright. Try this again. Hopefully this time Audrey could see us or something. Alright. Not allowed in the building anymore, right? Okay, that's like a one-time dungeon thing. Which kind of dumb. That popped.
One lollipop, 2 lollipops, 3 lollipops. Don't mind me, Zach. This is how I wake myself up.
Okay. Okay. Okay, game. You wanna know what the stupid part is? Shit, I don't know. I don't know what the stupid part would be except for... Well, shoot. Actually, there's no marked boathouses. So, I guess, never mind. Stupid part is I actually need to do this. That's the real stupid part. Wait, hold on. Maybe there's something here. Something here that secretly connects to that thing. Hey, how the lady did not know. One last puzzle. Alright. So, refresher course on situation. That's the tall billboard that was in that picture. Hold on, I want to check items. Key items. Time. This is not a key item. Also, that's never been used. Which is amazing. Also, I have a freeze necklace level 3. I really need to equip that to my altar instead of the one I have. Dang it, I forgot about that. Alright, not material. Wouldn't be a consumable. Conveniences. Food, drinks. Yeah, okay. Alright. Cool. I don't know then. Well, let's just keep looking around, I guess. Something's bound to happen. Boobity-boo. Is this the other end of that building? Yep. Alright. So this is the scope of my investigation. Is everywhere here. There's a freaking staircase right there that leads to a ladder. Yeah, leads to a ladder that leads to that sign. That, like, that is also only the tallest point in the thing. That has to be where I go, and it has a red lock. It's like the one door, but where do I turn off the red lock?
Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
Alright, awesome. What are we having this thing again? Okay, donuts. Coffee. Find this ladder. still give you about roughly the same shit. Hey, I can't even see the photo. Which is what I was actually scrummaging around my item for. Alright. Anybody have a grapple beam, a UFG, grappling hook, anything of that nature? I need one of those things. The ability to climb walls like Assassin's Creed. Batarangs. I'm not even picky at this point. The fucking soft gel explosive or the bat gadget lets you freaking break through doors. I mean, any of those would be lovely right now. I don't want to look how to do the final puzzle of this game up, but I'm about to because this is dumb. Because it gave me every bit of information it could have gave me, except the most important one, which is how do I open this door? Why did this not trigger a cutscene? Why is this not marked on the map? Like, one thing I want to say about this game, straight up, this game has terrible conveyance. Like, it doesn't mark side quests at all. It doesn't mark key locations. You can make your own waypoints, which is fine. That's a great feature. Never knock that feature. That's a brilliant feature. I kind of forget I have it every so often, but I don't really want to use it because I know where everything is. The game's small enough, I know where shit is. Roughly. One time I do is when I'm feeling where it turned around. At the same time, I've actually got the layout of this place like down like 100%. Like, I know the layout to this place like 100%.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him.
Shut up. Oh, there's a friggin' thing right there too. Awesome.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach, and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that made it impossible for us to see the road? The rain was so torrential that we couldn't see more than a few miles ahead of us. I'm sure local drivers are used to that sort of thing. They were all going normal speeds. I'll bet that scene reminded you of a certain film. Or perhaps a certain person. Violent City, 1970. Directed by Sergio Salimi. I only ever saw it on TV when I was a kid, so I don't remember it very well. But I definitely remember that it featured a bridge. A long bridge. During the New Orleans part, that's the one thing I remember. That bridge must have been the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. And the film starred Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. What an amazing sound. You couldn't possibly find another man whose name matches his appearance so perfectly. Yes, of course I know that Charles Bronson isn't his real name. Charles Dennis Buczynski. That's his real name, but he's Bronson. Period. Zach, what's your favorite Bronson film? Death Wish? The Magnificent Seven? Rider on the Rain? Or Farewell Friend? They're all masterpieces, but to me, his greatest work lies elsewhere. That's it, Zach. No wonder we get along so well. I don't care what anyone else says. His greatest film by far is 10 to Midnight, 1983, directed by J. Lee Thompson. There's no realism to be found in this movie, but that's what makes it so great. One might even call it a fantasy masterpiece. It was certainly filled with unprecedented fantasy compared to other police thrillers, that's for sure. You know, Zach, I'm suddenly getting the urge to watch it again. Let's hurry up and solve this case so that we can go rent the DVD.
Wait, hold up, pause. Some shit's happening.
One lollipop? Two lollipops?
Oh,
three
no.
lollipops? Don't mind me, Zach. This is how I wake myself
It's
up.
you! Oh, it's you!
Oh, it's you. I reckon I owe you an apology for how I was acting
Probably.
before. I think I get what you meant now. You'll no longer be able to borrow a certain someone's power. Now, those words woke me up. I need to get myself together or I'll sink. And you saved me. So, thanks.
Now this is a surprise, Zach. Can a human being really turn themselves around this quickly?
Hey, come on, don't say that. I was drunk, you know. I lost my baby girl, my wife, and my father-in-law. I didn't know what to do. Blaming it all on someone else was the only way I knew how to cope. All right? What are you here for, anyway? Thought you already investigated this place.
I'd like to get your permission to climb up to the roof. Right up to that hideous sign there.
Gosh.
Oh, is that all? Well, go on ahead. I know you're a genius agent. And if you need to go up there, then by all means.
Danny, I'm not a genius. I'm a complete failure. I never even gave a single thought to P.J. Clarkson's first daughter. I was practically oblivious the entire time. I never considered the possibility that Lena had a child either. And that misstep cost us many sacrifices.
But you know all about it now, right? Then just move on. You figured out that it was Galena who murdered Lise. And that Galena was being manipulated by Lena. You proved that my treasure wasn't evil after all. It may have cost us a lot of sacrifices, but that still makes you a genius agent. And that's how I know I can
That's
trust
so nice of you.
Now, I don't care if you're FBI. I'm still gonna come clean and say, whoever killed my treasure is gonna pay. I want to track him down and kill him with my own hands. But I'm a Clarkson too. So I made up my mind. All Clarkson's got a job to do.
Alright, there it is. Time frames. Ugh.
Which one is it, Zach? Patricia must be in the boathouse we saw in that photograph, along with Melvin and Candy, the goddess of fertility. What I saw at Alexis's restaurant, not only was my mind still reeling, but the oracle was also rather vague. But so what, Zach? We just need to find the same boathouse that we saw in that picture.
We need to solve
There's got
Professor
to be
Layton
another
puzzle. Gotcha.
singularity inside it.
A Layton puzzle.
Zach, that's the boathouse. It's right where the photograph was taken. But I have no idea how we're supposed to reach it. Zach? It looks like we have no choice but to head back to the starting line. Let's go and see the one who fired the pistol at Heaven. He should be able to transport us straight to that boathouse. Remember, his love for justice is so strong that he chased a poacher's boat all the way up the bayou. I'm sure he'll be happy to help us. Zach, stop and just imagine it for a moment. Chuck's face, once he hears that poacher's boat is actually a shrine housing the goddess of fertility. What's this?
Lease forever.
Who left this message for her? Zach, you know what? I forgot all about our 10-foot giant. We still have a lot of work left to do in this town.
It is our 10-foot giant. Oh, there's a freaking timer. Oh, hop in. Alright, 6 to 21. Alright, well, this one.
Zach, there's the biggest man we've seen in town thus far. Let's talk to him just in case. Hello there, Avery. I need your help. Would you mind raising your arms up high like this for me?
Raise my arms? Like this?
Thank you. That's perfect. It appears that even with your height, you'd have a tough time reaching a spot up that high.
I love Lise. Yup. But Lise got cold. Lise turned white. My poor sunlight wouldn't move no more.
Avery, I understand how you feel. I'm sure that Lise does too.
Really?
Oh yes. I guarantee it. Right now, I'm trying to eliminate the cause of her death. But I need your assistance. If you ever see a man who looks taller and stronger than you, I want you to let me know.
I will. You bet I will. Yup.
I still think it was him. Anyway. Well, we finally did that. I already didn't even notice the timer thing. Jeez. Anything else going on for us? Never mind, you just went through a wall. I'll just leave you to your business. And I really can't chase you now. Just kind of went through a wall. I'll just leave you to it. Gosh. This game is jank and a half shell. Actually, where is that spot? Right around here, actually. It's like right along this spot right here, actually. So I was going to go ahead and knock out the other one, then at some point I'll just hunt the bees. I mean, in a stupid sense, I'm in that position in my brain where it's like, okay, I can go do... Yeah! Did. I hate how, limited it is to, update the altar. Is that enough? Because I'm just going to kill enough to get the sub quest done. Alright, we're done. I'm not worried about anymore. I'll kill the wild bees the next time I get a chance. Or we got another chance to run around town and still technically solve these quests. I'll do it then. Or I'll be wanting time to do it. Either way. Oh shit, it's stone screen. No. What's wrong when you say no? That's even the worst. I got one core out of that, that's hilarious. No. You didn't want to do stone skipping in the first place. Alright. Oh, there you are. There you are.
Hello, Chuck. The time has finally come to catch that poacher's boat you spoke of.
Oh, now Now he wants to catch the boat. Thought you FBI boys don't chase down boats. Ain't that what you said? Unless it's a terrorist boat that plans to overthrow our country, right?
You're exactly right, Chuck. I discovered that boat does contain perpetrators who are potentially capable of overthrowing our country. Perpetrators who are deeply connected to a new drug called Sang Rouge.
And you expect me to help you?
Yes, I need your help.
I see you got the balls to match just how big a goddamn prick you are. Poachers can fuck with my form all they want, but the moment drugs get involved, all of a sudden you're raring to go. Guess what? I don't give a shit.
I can't solve this case without your help, Chuck. If you're angry about how I acted earlier, then please allow me to apologize.
I don't want no apology.
Then how can I get you to trust me?
You really don't know when to shut up, do ya? As you can see, I'm busy here. So if you're done harassing me, then,
Chuck, that was amazing. Absolutely incredible, fantastic. How did you do that?
Thanks? I don't know.
The answer lies in his physical advantage. That's it, Zach. Your stance when you toss makes all the difference. I can't get over how beautiful his stance was. Just what am I missing?
You like skipping stones? You know, I always trust a man who knows how to skip good. See, the key to skipping is how close your arm is to the water when you throw. You also need accurate speed, an accurate wrist snap, and accurate timing when you let go. That's why short folk who stay low to the ground and keep a low profile like me can skip better. And that's how I reckon I can trust a man who knows what skipping's all about. Got it? If you want my help, you gotta impress me with your skipping. Then I'll lend you my boat.
Okay. Let's go over 5 points in skipping stones. Oh, wow. Seriously? I've done like 13. Alright. I think I scored over 5, didn't I, with like the fucking fail run?
Hot damn! Woo-wee! You're a natural. That was flawless skipping, all right.
Really?
Oh yeah, you got talent, boy. And you're humble, too.
Well, I did have a great teacher. That's what helped me to stay low.
Yep, that's the key. Gotta keep low profile. Folks can learn a lot about life from stone skipping. Feller's gotta stay humble. Keep himself from getting all arrogant. Know what I mean? Okay, maestro, I trust you now. I'll take you into the swamp or wherever the hell else you want to go. Want to shove off now? Gotta make hay while the sun shines. Let's head over to my boat. Follow me, maestro.
Get in the airboat and head to the... It's going just like life. Sometimes it just goes. Well, sometimes it's shit. Even if you think you made perfect so, Lady Luck may decide to look the other way. We stop trying. All that's it. No new records. Just shut doors. That's it. It's beyond those doors. Other doors. New ones. That's what life's all about, ain't it? Oh, okay. There are like 2 mini games in this one mini game moment. We gotta skip stones, and then we gotta do this shit. Alright.
Zach, this is exhilarating. It's like an amusement park ride, only better.
Hold on tight now, maestro!
This is yet another reminder about just how vast and varied our homeland of America is.
Yep. Increase bow health. That sounds like the Lon Range theme. Oh shit. Here we go. This is one of the actual courses. This is a new course that unlocks it because of the indie game. But this is like the final course that you're supposed to do. I did want to finish this campaign, but I'll come back to it. I probably will at least have one thing up at the third show to see all side quests. We did it! What do we do? Giant double. Yeah, silver. There we go. I got an extension. Nothing really that special, but cool. Yeah, we did it.
This is as far as I can take you. You're gonna have to walk from here.
Thanks, Chuck.
Hey, you hear that wind a-howling? That there's a storm coming. You better watch yourself out there. You hear? Oh, yeah. Folks don't usually come around this end too much. So be careful. You got a weapon? Just give me a holler if you need me to come get you. I do always trust a good skipper from the bottom of my heart.
That's simple.
I appreciate all your...
I appreciate all your help. Airboat stage, right stage 5 has been unlocked. Okay, so DCBA. So that would probably be an S. A perfect score my first try though. Pretty impressive. Yeah. Here we go again.
Zach, a deadly premonition. How do you feel about this one? Honestly, I'm torn. I know the truth that awaits us here isn't one we want to accept. But we have to keep marching ahead. We're FBI special agents, remember? The United States Department of Justice has authorized us to deliver justice in their name. You know, sometimes I get to thinking, why did I ever decide to work in the justice sector?
Yeah. Mission 60. Oh, there's 2 markers. I shoot that one in the butt apparently. That's a sharpshoot bonus. Yeah, there's more where he's like, well, we're aiming. Two choices when it comes to engage. Fight off all the annoying mobs that are going to show up. Or run through it. Run through all the mobs. I'll probably do it. End up doing a 50-50 of the 2 options. Where the choice seems to be like try to run past all the mobs, but end up running into every single mob. Every enemy that I didn't want to fight in the first place. So it's not like I can't handle them, it's just bad. Oh, we're in a maze. It's just like also, I don't have that much anti-paralysis on me, so that's kind of a issue too, in a sense. That happen. Pentalume fragments. Here we go. Why the 1,000? Or did it readjust itself?
I'll curse you. Void.
Where are you? It's a death ball.
Oh.
Right in the butt. Right in the booty. No. Do have a bunch of stuff in my one inventory. Worst comes to worst. You have to make it to at least that. We keep track of our stuff here. No. Told you, dungeon, that you're confusing. Sure, confusing as hell. Alright, what we're telling you.
Oh! Hurts, don't it? The roll.
Cold be gone. Good. Oh. Wait, oh, it's right here. I made it.
Zach, we've reached the final stage.
Yay!
Are you prepared for the
Game
truth?
was short. You know what? Actually, that's a complaint I want to have with this game immediately. This game was short. What, only 3 dungeons? The other one had like at least like 10. I think either 10, 11, 12, or 14, somewhere in that ballpark. I know this because I counted them and used them for a completely different story once, which was fun. There's good times, but now we got a different story going on. Alright, front door. Save Patricia and Melvin. Alright. Alright, let's do it. These stages weren't as interesting as like the ones in the first one either, because the first one had everything. Like all the different buildings were a dungeon. Like all the main buildings were like a dungeon. Actually, really thought out too.
I love you. I'll do anything for you. I'll make your wish come true.
You stand before the goddess. Mind your manners.
Sorry, but I don't worship that deity.
You always were a rude one.
Patty, everything's all right now. Just come over to me.
She can't hear you, York. Patricia's already in a trance. Outside voices can't reach her.
You didn't. San Rouge?
Now, what kind of fool do you take me for? She's the consecrated virgin, and virgins need to be pure. She won't be able to serve the goddess if she gets all corrupted. Now will she? And besides, she's got a resistance to the stuff. Might be due to the blood she inherited from her parents, or might be San Rouge was designed that way on purpose. Not that it matters now, 'cause she's about to die. I wouldn't do that if I were you, York. Or did you forget who gave you Mr. Alligator to begin with? You think I'd hand you a weapon without any sort of safeguard in it?
This is straight out of a bad C movie, Melvin.
Call it what you want, York. But I'm the main character here, and you already played your part. Now that Candy's become the goddess, I will take her once more and claim my seat as the king who rules this town. Yes, I will be the one who rebuilds the Clarksons' legacy!
Power isn't important to you, Melvin. All you care about is your loving family, remember? The man who won the heart of the most beautiful girl in the world. Melvin Woods. We can still stop this from happening. You just need to wake up, Melvin.
York, you really are a second-rate man. You're incapable of understanding how other folks feel. Lena was the one I loved. Candy's merely the symbol we use to restore the Clarkson's glory. The goddess of fertility is just an idol designed to guide our people down the proper path. I devoted everything I had to Lena. Hey, Patricia!
Ah.
I was obsessed with Lena ever since I was a kid. She lived in a big mansion and also had skin as white as snow. All I ever wanted was to be just like her. My friends were too close-minded to understand. Don't let the white man brainwash you, they said. But race was never a part of it for me. She was always far above that shit. A higher being who surpassed it all. By the time I grew up, she already changed forms and abandoned her home. At first, I was so shocked. It felt like my dreams had been shattered before I ever got a chance to pursue her. When I finally got a chance to meet her face to face, everything changed. I loved her female form with all my heart. The moment I saw her again, she completely possessed my soul. Hey, York, you know how they say God created man in his own image? That's what Lena is. She's God's finest creation. The perfection of the human race.
She wasn't perfect in any way, Melvin. She was just another criminal who happened to be a bit smarter than most.
You never understand. Anywho, I decided to follow her plan. And so I became the one who supported her from the shadows, working to fulfill her dream of restoring the Clarkson's glory. That's why I seduced Candy, married her, and kept giving her sang rouge whenever Lena told me to. Then, you know what happened? About 1 year ago, we finally saw a sign of the birth of the goddess of fertility.
You mean she started growing horribly obese?
8 years. It felt long, but also short somehow. I knew from the start that much blood would be spilled. But I had no other choice. It was the only way for me to make my beloved angel need me.
So you murdered Galena, too?
Yeah. That didn't exactly go according to plan. Galena was supposed to kill Lise, and Lena was supposed to take Patricia's life. Then Lena and Galena were supposed to kill PJ and end their own lives. Filicide, patricide, and suicide. These 3 types of sacrifice were gonna complete the blood purge. But then you came to town.
Yep.
You're such a pest, York. I loathe every fabric of your being. Always buzzing around us like a gnat, trying to upset our faith, but no more. I'm gonna stop you right here, sacrifice my daughter, and complete Lena's plan once and for all. There may have been some hiccups in the plan, but the result won't change. After all, I'm her daddy. In the end, the goddess of fertility and her king will be the only ones left. We'll find a way to make do on our own. Hey, York, haven't you been wondering why I'm talking so much about myself? Because this is the last stage of the game? Nope. I've just been waiting for this. The bud. Soon, she'll be reborn, and the goddess of fertility will be among us. It all ends here!
Patty, are you all right?
Die!
Alright, it's time to dance with the bosses. Uh-oh. Oh, lightning struck the building. Oh no, York.
Shit! No! Stop, goddammit! Get away from her!
Daddy! Mama!
Get out of the way! But the goddess! Let us plans!
Daddy!
No! Damn it! I was supposed to be the king! Need to stop the fire! Shit! Damn it!
Daddy, run! I'll die for you.
Patricia?
If Mama and I die, it'll all end, right? I know about the real you. I know that my blood skirts. So I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna die here with Mama, so it'll all stop. Just please, please run, Daddy. You're a good man, aren't you?
Whoa.
Daddy, you saved me?
Come on, York, you can do it.
Patty.
Zach, I need you. Give me strength.
Alright. I'll give you strength. Hold on.
Daddy, you saved me? But why? You kept saying you were gonna kill me. You should have let it happen. Just leave me here and run away with Mama. Don't save me. Just go. With Mom. Daddy! I can't do it!
Are you all right?
Agent York, save my daddy!
Get out of here. York, take my CLG and run.
No! I can't leave both of you here!
Just go.
No! I'm not leaving! No. No.
I sinned. I can't come back to this world. We have to say goodbye here. I'll take your mama with me. It's time for you to start a new life, sweetie. One where you won't be shackled to your destiny. York, I've confessed my sins. I'm gonna die here. I know this isn't how you wanted things to go down, but she's innocent. My CLG is pure. Please, just take her and get out of here.
No. No. I'm staying with you.
My daughter's in your hands now, York.
Come on, we're getting out of here.
Let's go, Patty.
No! Let me go! Daddy! Mama!
I'm sorry, CLG. I've been a horrible father. Even before we ever met, I was always heading down the wrong path. But I finally understand it now. I love my family from the bottom of my heart. Both you and your mama.
Me too. I love you with all my heart, Daddy.
I'm sorry, Candy. Lena, I'm such a failure. I screwed it all up again. Your whole plan's been ruined. I'm sorry. Right up to the end, I could never do anything right. Oh, really? So, it's all okay? Oh, good. Well, just hold on then. Candy and I will be right there. The worst father, graced with the sweetest daughter. Life can be a bitch sometimes. But it wasn't all bad.
One last almost movie title. Oh, we did it. We did it! This cutscene's so long, it's gone black like 3 times.
Katrina brought that rain to us.
Wait, Katrina?
And now, I realized that at the very end, I saw him. But she washed all that away. Every
shit. Uh-oh. There he was. The dog and his owner. Yay, S rank. $33. Huh. Well, days past 9. Enemies defeated. Continue 0. Haven't died once in this entire game. Sheesh.
Oh, I just love the look of glistening green grass. You know the green I'm talking about. Moist with sprinkler water, reflecting the radiance of the sun. In that regard, Louisiana's grass is in a class of its own. Just picture it on a clear summer day, a cold beer in one hand, gazing out from your porch onto the garden. You're so proud. This is the life. Doesn't get much better than this. That's how you feel. A well-kept garden and a cold beer, the ultimate combination. They go hand in hand, just like hot dogs and sporting events. But that grass, it's got a bit of a nerve to it. It doesn't matter how many times you cut it down. It'll always keep coming back and turn your eyes away for a bit. And that's when it'll really sprout. Up until last week, your garden was perfectly pruned and balanced, symmetrical and pristine. But you wake up the next morning, and you can't even stand to look at what it's become. That's why people work so hard to cut their grass. Like it's some ordeal they've been tasked with by the big man in the sky. Oh. And it never ends. Understand me, Zach? If you want to stop cutting your grass, you need to either submit to its growth or force it to wither. That's all humans can really do. Hard work never really gets you anywhere. Big picture. Nothing but wasted efforts. You following me here? Now just be honest with yourself. Be honest, Francis Zach Morgan.
It's you.
Oh, howdy, Zach. So we meet again. Such a touching reunion. Like a little boy who was given up for adoption, finally reunited with his true parents. Look, even little Willie here is beside himself with joy.
Casey!
Oh dear.
Damn it! I'm gonna kill you! Hey, let her go! What the hell's gotten into you? Jeez, are you okay?
That was terrible. There's a lot of notifications.
That should do it. Well, no turning back now. How should we clean this up?
I'm searching the room.
Hello.
My leg hurts now.
Well, you just cut me after I finished solving the case of the town, so we're now at talking to Francis Dax Morgan here in the future. Back in 2019.
Shit. Oh, it's okay.
It's over in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. It's pretty much pure insanity,
This
but I can't
room
let
is
it shake
pure
me.
Why did you come here?
Why did you come in here, Alia?
Remember the real reason you decided to investigate Morgan's
Oh
house
gosh.
in the first place?
You're extremely fucking warm.
You are extremely fucking cold. Oh gosh.
We came here to find a missing girl.
Alright, so what's the important one? Alright. Photo of Patricia. Alright,
My
so
phone's dying.
Patricia Clarkson isn't here. And he's done nothing except narrowly skirt the thin line of legality in all the right ways. He's so abnormal. How can there not be a single shred of evidence against him?
No shit.
Come on, Agent Jones. I know you're hiding something.
I hope that thing didn't buzz.
What are you talking
I
about?
hope not.
'Cause if
You've
it
been
did,
watching him for
I'm
4.5
gonna have to be
years,
like,
haven't
hey,
you?
what am I gonna do with this busted protection thing?
Oh shit.
Can you really stand here and tell me that you never saw a single one of the strange signs I'm picking up on now?
Being a witch and
What signs?
Deadly premonitions. Preparations for kidnapping or terrorist activities. Sexual depravity, violent tendencies, self-mutilation. Or even just contacting a specific person periodically.
Nope, nada. He doesn't fit any of that. You think I'd really ignore something that obvious? I may be a schlub, but I'm still an FBI agent.
Then why didn't you do anything about this room? Or did you merely choose to ignore his abnormal proclivities?
You want to know what I did? I did my damn job. End of story. I was outside the entire time. How do you expect me to notice a room like this
What?
from out there?
I'm sorry, I just need a picture. I had to go outside because actually I just had to.
Okay.
Also getting some grass apparently.
Nice.
It's as simple as that.
This is
At
what I
least it
got.
was, until you dragged me into this whole mess. Don't blame me just because your
Dude.
big investigation ended up leading
Okay.
nowhere.
Congratulations on having some grass from outside.
Then tell me the truth. After seeing this room, can you really say that man is in his right mind? He kept this room a total secret from you for over 4.5
Oh
years.
gosh, not more cold.
Oh, it needs to warm up.
No normal human is capable of such a feat. Only a true genius. Or a true
Oh, that
monster.
burns. That burns. That's not good.
What?
Your heat is burning my hand.
Wow.
Is that good
Can you
or is
really
that
guarantee
bad?
that
I
he
don't
won't
know.
try anything
I
if we
feel
just
like
let him
that's
go
bad.
here?
Because, Ooh, ow. I feel like that's bad. Ooh, nipple.
Well...
Yeah, it's burning my hand.
Wow.
Then you need to help me.
No, don't. I think this hand got too cold.
Find some sort of evidence that we can use to make him reveal what he's plotting.
Okay, okay.
Daniel Clarkson.
Oh gosh, more cold.
The file said his only real talent was his ability to pick up women. But when I spoke with him in the warehouse, he seemed dignified.
Did that one Professor P do anything?
Second boss. She was the second boss.
So she did murder someone.
The head of the household and herself with a bomb. Also, technically, was behind Glenn Clarkson killing Lisa Clarkson, and behind like a whole plot thread which involved pretty much Saint Rogue or whatever I think, or I forget what it's called, but Saint something.
Oh, nipple.
And basically, which is probably some type of drug made out of red seeds from the first game. So there's that. She was the mastermind behind it, but they were going to basically worship one person that was going to basically become like a goddess. Which, yeah, pretty complicated. You might just have to play this game on your own time at some point to find out.
Marrying into the Clarkson family must have put him through a lot.
Oh.
Why do you think Jethro here survived?
Why?
I mean, doesn't he look like the kind of guy who'd die first in a horror movie?
He married into the Clarkson family. He didn't possess Clarkson blood, so he had nothing to do with Helena Doman's plan.
The blood purge thing? But if that was all there was to it, then Helena Doman wouldn't have killed anyone but Clarksons, right? Yet a ton of the Clarkson gang members died, along with Sheriff Woods. Doesn't add up.
She did whatever it took to achieve her goals. She'd kill if the plan required it. Killing people outside of the Clarkson family was never a priority.
How can a motherfucker astral project and then come back in enough time to top everything down?
Oh gosh.
Her ultimate goal was to cut off the Clarkson bloodline. Maybe he was always meant to be an assistant to the goddess of fertility.
What, like a servant?
He was the kind of person who was most in his element when he had someone to serve. Even afterwards, he let Patricia take over the estate, while he became her assistant.
Oh man.
As soon as he settled into his role, the townspeople started to respect him. Now they practically revere him. And he's even earned himself a nickname. One-Armed Danny.
So you think his life played out exactly the way Professor R planned it to go? Talk about tragic.
Oh shit, I'm gonna hit it.
I was so positive. But she isn't here. There is something about this room, though. Agent Jones, what do you think?
Me?
Hang on,
I'm not as smart as you. Why are you even asking me?
Are you hiding something?
Of course not. Knock it off. Me? Hiding something? Ha! That's a good one. Come on. I got nothing to hide.
I thought I would find answers in this room. I thought that Patricia would be here, but I was wrong. This room is only filled with photos of people related to the case and the handiwork of a madman. feels like I'm wandering through a heavy mist. Why is Morgan showcasing those women's photos? And that bed.
Well, they're all important this time.
Sheriff Melvin Woods. I never met him myself, but his face makes him look like a very nice guy. His background in childhood didn't have any red flags either.
I'm
We're
trying to
supposed to
read what
believe that he
these
was one of the
people wrote
masterminds
on
behind that
this
entire
fucking
incident.
one thing because okay.
After she lost her family,
I
in
would
the car
explain
incident,
something to you, but
she
you're
went to go live
recording,
at
and I really
Clarkson's
don't
Estate.
want to say it
Right.
on recording.
Fair.
What the
And
fuck
once
is
she
that
grew up,
noise?
she assumed control of their empire seemingly without any hesitation.
Like this? Scratching my leg.
No, stop scratching your leg. Is that your computer?
Maybe. Try to make a little humming sound.
She must be strong.
This house is too
How
fucking
did she
wild.
eventually come to accept her cursed blood and the fate it placed on
I
her
think I
shoulders?
pulled something.
You okay?
Also, just to let you know, if
The one who
the
took her in
roads
after
are
the
not
incident
clear
was
in the
Daniel
morning, there's
Clarkson,
going to be a little bit of
the
snow.
next in line to succeed the Clarkson family.
Oh boy.
Going up the hill.
Oh boy.
I don't think it should be too slick, but
Be
I'd
careful.
still be careful.
Right.
He's the one that ended up
Can you
raising
close my
her
door?
from that point on.
Oh wait, you're gonna come back. You left your stuff in here. Never mind.
Isn't fate strange? In the end, two people who were completely unrelated by blood ended up inheriting that house.
Oh gosh, back up.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes I wonder, what is family anyway? Go back far enough, we're all strangers to one another. We're talking countless generations, marriages and birth, you know.
Humans love to deify the rules they create. It's almost like that's been an unwritten law from the very start. If you loved someone from the bottom of your heart, would you ever be able to marry someone else? Or kill for them?
Whoa, what are we talking about?
I never heard of any kind of motive like that in any other murder case. I just keep feeling like we're being fed a story that he made up in his mind.
True. Honestly, without having experienced what that's like, I can't really say what I do. But I'd never try and force love to happen, if it didn't seem like it was meant to be. There are 3.5 billion women on this planet. There's got to be more than one specific person who anyone can fall deeply in love with, right?
But what if we were talking about pizza, not women? You just discovered the perfect ultimate pizza, but you aren't allowed to take even a single bite. Unless you kill someone for the cook.
Have you ever loved someone with all your heart?
What kind of person do you take me for?
That's my line.
Is this supposed to be the altar from the site where Lise Clarkson's body was found? Why would he want to replicate that inside of his own home? There's no way this man is sane. Why did Lise have to die first?
Uh-oh. A rat?
What is this?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What the hell?
This room paints such a bizarre picture. But upon closer look, I can see some strange sort of pattern to it all. Was Morgan trying to recreate something with all this? If so, there must be a reason for all of these weird and hideous things.
Strange hunting trophies. Red rope. Red rope is important.
When Helena Doman attacked the estate, he just happened to be somewhere else. Whether it was through luck or simple coincidence, that's how he managed to survive. When Helena Doman returned home, someone must have let her inside.
You think that was her brother-in-law, Daniel?
I don't know.
Well, alligators did chomp his arm off. He probably had it in for old man PJ too. But, you know, I don't think he had anything to do with this.
Why not?
You're making it out to be more complicated than it really is. That's always the problem with people like you. Too smart for your own good.
Just get to the point.
Professor R marched straight through the front door to the mansion. She arrived right at her destination using the quickest route possible without having to undergo a single security check.
I know. My question is, how was she able to do that?
Because she's family. It doesn't matter if PJ disowned her. He never stopped loving his son. A father would never abandon his child, no matter how much they failed to fulfill his expectations. That's what being a parent is all about. Don't look at me like that. I know, I don't have a son myself, but I have a father. He's still back in my hometown, managing the printing plant my grandfather started. He'll be turning 80 soon. He wanted me to take over the place, but as you can see, I'm out here. But I know how this whole thing works. Even though I haven't seen him in forever, the minute I go home, he'll welcome me with warm, open arms.
Some families ain't like that, but true.
A woman so beautiful she felt like she could make it as an actress in Hollywood. And this is how she ended up. Sometimes it seems like God abandoned us humans a long time ago. I feel it more and more with each new case.
Okay, so this room is stupid.
Galena Clarkson went to California to become an actress.
Because I need my phone on charge.
But things never took off for her, so she eventually returned home.
Don't know how to help you with that one.
How much longer are you gonna be?
I might be trying to push to beat this game, so however longer this game is.
That's also... That's fucking weird. It's
2.
also 12:22.
I know. I see that.
And I'd kind of want you in there as soon as possible, actually.
I'm sure, but at the same time, I'd like to see about finishing this game. It's like the ending bit. Like, this is... I think there might be like a couple more missions left, and that's it. After this last part here of this, if the game's been returning to this every so often to basically do talkie scenes like this to...
Dude, I'd want you in there at least around fucking 1:30 so that way I could fucking lay down.
Well, that's an hour from now. Give me that long. I might be able to beat this within that time. If I'm at credits, though, I'm at credits, and yeah.
And I was still needing to talk to you.
I know. You can talk to me then. Anyway.
Then she murdered her own daughter and ended up like this. Where did she go wrong?
She did manage to appear in a few movies, right?
Not as any characters with actual names, and never with much clothes on.
So that's the only value they saw in her, huh? Sorry, that was insensitive.
It's an everyday occurrence in that world. She was also bullied a lot.
Bullied? How?
They'd cut up her costumes, her scripts, and even her own clothes. Everywhere she went. Then after 3 years of that, her stylist chopped off a chunk of her hair. By accident.
Are you kidding me?
I did a little investigating on this. In the end, a self-titled big cheese producer tricked her. She almost ended up going into porn.
Not hard to imagine what would have happened after that.
One witness said that after returning to Le Carré, she refused to use scissors to cut anything.
Wow.
What's that?
A hunting trophy. A brown bear. With a dragonfly eye patch.
Why is it smoking a cigar?
It's probably supposed to represent Philip J. Clarkson's body.
And the elk is?
Helena Doman.
Yep.
So
I hurt
that's
my
why
leg.
it's got such good
I'm
taste.
sorry. I hope you feel better.
And this one is Galena Clarkson?
Why did he want to line up corpses that were killed in different places, all together in a single room?
By the way, dude.
Yeah.
Is there any way you'd go and get me some water right fast?
Probably not right fast because if I have to do that, it's gonna take me longer to get through this. You're kind of wanting me to hurry, so I'm gonna try to hurry a little bit. Oh.
You sure it's okay to press that?
Won't know until we try.
Hey, it's Woodstock. Look, a peace sign. Love and peace, man.
That's strange. Lines through the two people, and then almost corner shots to the two trophies.
Even I can figure out what this is from. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin.
I'm gonna close the door so we don't noise from outside comes in.
Grateful Dead, Led Zeppelin. But I shouldn't have to explain it to a music nut like you, right?
That isn't a peace mark. It's upside down. You don't need to be a music nut to see that.
Who says that's the top part? If you're looking from Lisa's head, this is the top part, making it a big, fat peace mark.
No, this is the ground.
Where's your proof?
The red seeds. Seeds go in the ground, right? That makes this wall the bottom. Lisa's head is clearly at the top. Period. Also, Agent Jones. Led Zeppelin never played at Woodstock. He's representing a human with a hunting trophy made from an animal. I feel like I'm looking at a piece of modern art done in really bad taste.
Well.
He was going back over the Le Carré case together with the Greenville case. Just as I thought, these two cases are connected, but in a different way from what I originally thought. Anna Graham, the first victim of the Greenville case. Her body was found hanging from a tree, like a goddess being worshipped in a sanctuary. Meanwhile, Lise Clarkson was found on the bank of a river in an area that had been fashioned into an altar. The person who gruesomely ended the life of that young woman must be brought to justice.
I completely agree. They both still had their whole lives ahead of them.
The Le Carré case and the Greenvale case. According to my investigation, the one key that links both cases is Francis Zach Morgan. But if we look at the cases from his point of view, we see one more connection. The red seeds are also present in both cases. I believed that he was the one who brought them to both towns. Maybe... No. Never mind. He took in the daughter of the man who murdered his beloved wife and daughter. That's quite the feat.
Sure seems like our friend Daniel here was just destined to suffer. He crossed the entire continent and married into the Clarkson family, all for the sake of the woman he loved. But then the love of his life became a drug addict and ended up murdering their very own daughter. And she too was murdered as part of her big brother's conspiracy.
Sister, you know, this entire time I've been really wanting to correct you. Girl.
Finally, in order to prove that he could take responsibility for the family, he gave up his right arm to his father-in-law, who got blown to bits soon afterwards. And to add insult to injury, all the inheritance went to PJ's secret heir. If I had to go through all that, I'm pretty sure I'd go crazy.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
He found someone he loved so much, he moved across the entire continent just to be with her. That's beautiful. It also seems that he was eventually able to make an identity for himself in Le Carré as well. After I found his daughter's body, I interrogated him for a bit. When I told him we were gonna do an autopsy on her body, he didn't react violently in any way. I remember him looking relieved and tired. Kinda like someone who'd just woken up from a coma. According to Morgan's story, she was the mastermind behind everything. The whole purpose of her plan was to protect her declining clan from their imminent downfall. She had to kill all her family members in order to purify the bloodline, so that in the end only the goddess of fertility would be left behind. I don't buy it. This plan has so many holes in it, I don't know where to begin. Yes, Katrina may have carried all of the evidence away. But I still can't believe he was actually able to turn in this fairy tale as an official report. Philip J. Clarkson, the central figure behind the Clarksons' rise to power. He took 2 wives and fathered 3 children. But despite all his successes, he's been immortalized as a hunting trophy. Nothing but a sick joke. He was taught how to rule as a child, never confided in anyone, and married for purely political reasons. Then he prospered so much that he became powerful enough to rule an entire town on his own. But in the end, his own child betrayed him and ended his entire clan in a series of violent deaths. If that was your life, how would you look back on it?
Yeah, beats me. I wasn't born into a rich family, nor was I ever taught how to rule. And for what it's worth, I've also never knocked up a young ex-actress. But I guess the one thing we can say is that any good life needs balance. Get too hung up on one thing and you lose sight of everything else. And if you betray someone, you'll get betrayed too. If someone thinks they can step all over people and then live out the rest of their life in peace, they're fooling themselves. We always get to see how those people end up in our line of work. In the end, they die horrible deaths. That is why pizza is the only thing I trust. Pizza never betrays.
Except for, like, bad cholesterol or like bad like probably getting stocked up with cheese and other few things. I mean, pizza's delicious, but yeah.
She planned a string of murders all in order to restore the Clarksons to their former glory, right?
Yeah. According to Morgan's story. Matches up with the files, too.
But the only proof of that is the confession she privately gave to Morgan just before she died. Galena Clarkson was also murdered immediately after she confessed. Don't you think it's all a little too convenient?
Well, story-wise, yeah.
And the sacrifices. None of the FBI's official records contain an example of an actual human sacrifice. Aside from the cases that Francis Zach Morgan handled, that is.
There are tons of examples of animal sacrifice, though. And remember the witch hunts back in the Middle Ages?
Meaning?
Meaning, there are always exceptions to the rule. And Morgan alluded to the existence of some sort of journal, right? I think he said he read it in Professor R's lab. If we could find that, maybe this would all become easier to swallow.
The report didn't mention anything about a journal. And if it truly did exist, it surely would have been submitted as evidence. Unless he tried to cover it up on purpose. Or...
unless the journal never existed in the first place.
Exactly. This case took place in Lucare, and centered around the Clarksons. Oppressive authority, cross purposes, madness, and love. But Katrina took the truth along with many innocent lives and buried it all at the bottom of the swamp. But there's one truth that can never be washed away. This all started with the death of a young girl. I think she's the biggest mystery out of all the people involved with the Lucare case. How could she agree to kill her own daughter, then herself? It's hard to imagine ever being okay with that, no matter how depressed I became. Why did she believe what Professor R told her? The whole blood purge story. There's no way anyone in their right mind would ever believe that.
You've got a point.
No matter how badly all the bullying must have broken her heart. I just find it too hard to believe. Don't you?
Yeah, but you shouldn't think too hard about it.
Why not?
Human beings don't make sense. We always do things that can't be explained with common logic. Especially when it concerns our parents, children, and siblings.
That doesn't satisfy me. No matter how irrational an action may be, I want to know exactly why that person made such an irrational decision. Otherwise, what hope do we have?
You're never going to be in a situation where everything makes perfect sense. Just stop sticking your nose so deeply into everything. That's my advice, as an old guy who's lived twice as long as you.
You and I are nothing alike. You decided to give up on your life and spend the rest of your time on Earth sitting around and playing Sudoku. The 16-year-old girl who was murdered in Lucare in 2005. After that, she remained frozen for 14 years, waiting for someone to discover her. I was the one who found her, which means I have a duty to lay her soul to rest. The principal thing to the tree is the fruit. But in point of fact, the principal thing to it is the seed. Now I know why Lise Clarkson was murdered first. Lisa's death was Professor R having second thoughts. According to Morgan, her plan was to perform parricide and filicide, then commit suicide. Those were the 3 deaths necessary to complete the ritual, remember? Which means she technically could have killed Patricia first. That would have been the best way to delay any interference from the Clarksons themselves. The reason she didn't kill Patricia first is because Lena was actually following a different plan inside her own mind. Or perhaps she merely changed her plan as she followed through with it. At some point, new emotions started to take root within her. she had second thoughts about something. And in order to shake those off, she used Galena to kill Lise first, in order to cut off any possible escape. But that only made her plan move ahead quicker than she could have ever imagined, which forced her to rush right up to the end with those misgivings always in the back of her mind.
Huh? Wait, hold on. Yeah, you lost me. What are you talking about?
In other words, at some point, Helena Doman decided that she wanted to make Patricia the next heir. The blood purge wasn't for the goddess of fertility. It was for their daughter, Patricia.
Wait, are you saying Helena knew from the start that Sheriff Woods would die with Candy?
That's the only explanation I can think of.
Huh.
Remember, this is only assuming that everything Morgan told us was true. Until I can trust that man, this is all nothing more than conjecture.
Considering how insane this all is, it sounds perfectly believable to me.
Francis Zach Morgan. Remember me? Oh, cat got your tongue. Understood. You know why I'm here, don't you? Surely you must know what this means. To commemorate our reunion, allow me to give you another oracle. The contract, once signed, will last for eternity. But only in the presence of true love. Did you hear that? Good. It's been a while since I felt this. You know, there's hardly anyone in this era who can see me like you can. They've been dropping like flies since you first came to see me. Breaks my heart. We don't have much time. Do you have any questions for me? Excellent. You pass. You haven't changed, Francis Zach Morgan. But that question isn't for me to answer. Go and see it with your own eyes. Oh, time's up. We'll have to finish this during our next reunion.
Oh, this is bad.
Failed to apprehend target. Target escaped with hostage. Whereabouts unknown.
Agent Jones, what is this referring to?
Avery Smith kidnapped Patricia Clarkson and escaped.
Avery Smith. Avery Smith. Avery Smith. Dang it, I hate when I remember her. Oh, Avery! Mr. Big Man.
Avery Smith? The vault manager? Why would he kidnap Patricia? Tell me what's going on right now.
Well...
Answer me, Jones.
I made a deal with Morgan. Back when he took me to the bathroom.
What? What?
Morgan said something to me.
Fairy.
If we want to find Patricia, We need to look at Avery Smith.
Have you lost your mind?
What he said made sense. Ever since 2005, Avery's been working deep inside that cold storage warehouse. He was also arrested in the past for getting too friendly with Lise Clarkson. And after Katrina, he apparently worked on renovating the warehouse for free. What if that allowed him to freely modify the warehouse as he pleased? That would explain why her body remained missing for 14 whole years. Then, I did a little check and found out that he never went back to work after Christmas vacation ended.
So what? Why would you trust him?
I don't. I just decided it was worth investigating, that's all. So, I sent 2 agents to Avery's house without telling anyone. I just called in a favor from an old friend in the New Orleans branch.
No one gave you clearance for that. You think you can just...
But what if Morgan's telling the truth? If he is, we're both gonna look like total clowns. Clowns who went barging into a former agent's house on completely unfounded suspicions. HQ will have a field day with us. They'll string us up as the 2 dumbest agents to have ever graced the field. I just wanted to take some precautions. And besides, if he is lying, it's still no skin off our backs, right? If things work out, we'll end up solving a difficult case that's been driving everyone crazy. Imagine that. You and me, just the 2 of us, solving a case like this. I'll be able to jump ship on this crappy job. And you'll be able to freely investigate all things Saint Rouge, just like you've always wanted. Besides, you know that Morgan is Director Abraham's favorite. Even if we get into some sort of trouble, if Morgan testifies to Abraham's for us, we'll totally be in the clear.
I don't care. This isn't the way things are supposed to be done.
Well, I'm sorry, but I had no other choice. You were so engrossed in this, and come on, you know how I am. Besides, saving the hostage should take priority above all else. There's no time for squabbling. We need to find Avery Smith no matter what it takes.
But how?
Well...
Thanks to your heroic maneuvers, we just lost our suspect.
I know, but...
I know how to find him. I should be able to see the other world, the way I am now. Just let me go, please.
Morgan?
It's okay, my fairy. I know I can convince them. Definitely not the best thing for them to see right now. If I saw that during an investigation, I wouldn't be able to stay calm and listen to someone either.
Where am I? I have...
I found the first one last autumn. A dead rat with a bud coming up out of its stomach, just like this one. A rat ate a red seed, died, and the bud sprouted. Honestly, it shocked me. Up until this point, I'd only ever seen red seeds, saplings, and big trees. So I decided to grow one of my own.
What are you talking about?
I needed to solve the mystery of the red trees. Why do they exist? But all of my sprouts died without ever growing the tiniest bit. Forget about a big tree. I couldn't even grow a single sapling.
So you kept experimenting.
2 days after the seed enters a rat, it takes the rat's life. On the 3rd day, a bud sprouts up, then grows to that size after 5 more. I tested this on 137 corpses.
In only a few months?
But I was never able to grow a bud any larger than this size. I still remember what he told me. Apparently, there's a special trick to making these grow.
You're totally insane.
Maybe. Simon's lost in thought. What will his next move be? Will he follow the plan? Or... I don't have much time left. I'm pretty sure that's why I can see the other world now. I'd lost that sense ever since the Greenvale incident, but it's back now. Please, will you just trust me? Come on, Simon. You'll trust me, won't you?
What?
No, Agent Jones. Remember the warning I gave you at the very beginning? You can't let him take control of the conversation.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Aaliyah Davis. She's on edge, as she should be. Who wouldn't be after seeing this room? Please, Aaliyah Davis, let me go. This is our case to finish.
No, you aren't an agent anymore.
But you don't know how to find him. Neither of you ever could.
Oh, I'll find him. I swear on my pride as an active agent that I won't give up until I do.
That won't get you anywhere. It's beyond you.
Shut up! You think we can't find him, but you can. Just how stupid do you think we are? If you want us to believe you, then it's about time you showed us some proof.
Got that one pointing down there, so don't put that one yet.
A lot of time's passed since I last saw Patricia. If I hadn't gone back to Lucare, she probably would have never been kidnapped. I dragged her back into her cursed destiny. Hey, Belle. Your hypothesis was pretty much on the mark. Last week, I went back to Lucare. Then I bought a used car and got on a train in Trenton. But not for the reason you think. I wasn't stalking Patricia. And I'd never try to kidnap her.
Then why would you go there? Why would you risk so much, especially since you knew that you were under surveillance?
Because, once again, I'm chasing Sang Rouge.
Sang Rouge?
Even after I quit the FBI, I continued to study the red trees on my own. And now, I've come to the conclusion that those red seeds and Sang Rouge both come from the same roots. I also found proof that someone's inherited the original recipe. That's why I flew to Lucare, to confirm my suspicions. But I was more powerless than I ever could have imagined. I couldn't move like I used to. No badge, no gun. So, after wandering aimlessly around town, I swallowed down my torment and my weakness and left.
You expect me to believe that?
I know you've got it in you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You found Lise Clarkson's body. The one thing I never did. And only a few days after discovering the body, you came to visit me. You should be fully capable of discerning that what I'm telling you is the truth.
Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself. You can't trick me.
Helena Doman, aka Professor R. Her complicated life only added more complications to the Lucare case. She's the one who gave the red tree a chance to take root inside her.
You said that she was the mastermind behind the tragedies in Lucare. That her convictions about the Clarkson bloodline are what started it all.
Yes, that's right.
She instigated her younger sister into killing her own niece. Then she committed suicide immediately after killing her father, hoping that Sheriff Woods would be able to complete her plan. How could one call such an unpredictable series of events a plan? And as we saw, Sheriff Woods chose a fate that was completely different from what she envisioned.
No, he didn't. In the end, things went exactly as she planned.
What do you mean?
At a certain point, she realized that her plan was wrong. So, she tried to adjust things, using me as a pawn. But then, the unexpected happened. She and I both underestimated what Avery was capable of. That's why I'm here right now trying to convince you, in order to save Patricia's life.
I knew Avery report behind it.
A strange man was stalking Lise, and Patricia resembled Lise so much that I once confused them for a moment. Meaning it would be no surprise if the same man went after Patricia. Why didn't I think of that until now?
If your story is true, then why did Avery Smith kidnap Patricia?
Patricia resembles Lise. I even got them confused once. And Lise reported being stalked by a 10-foot man.
That's Avery Smith?
Exactly.
But he's only 6'7" at best. His physical characteristics don't match the person you're talking about.
I once concluded the very same thing, but now I know. That was definitely Avery.
Yeah, the film Avery reported the 10-foot giant, like, no question.
He protected Lisa's body for the past 14 years, until you discovered his sleeping beauty.
So after losing Lisa's body, he kidnapped Patricia as a replacement? That's ridiculous. Is that really what you think happened? Even if Avery did possess that sort of mentality, it doesn't make sense. If Lise was really that important to him, he would have tried to steal her back. Not now, maybe, but certainly after she was buried.
Would you be able to go on worshipping a goddess who had been defiled by so many hands? That ice was a barrier, a shield that separated the divine from our world. That's the eerie drum that Pastor Tyrone gave to me. The pressed flower I took from the hotel bathroom is still right on top, and it hasn't even wilted. Maybe it really was blessed with some sort of holy power. Nah.
What is this drum? Please don't tell me it was a tool they planned to use for the blood purge.
Sharp eyes as usual, Belle. No. It was part of an even darker ritual. I can't even bring myself to say its name. It was far more important to our case. And far more horrible, if you can believe it.
What?
No, that's just a drum. A drum made from 3 empty cans, animal skins, and a fragrant pressed flower.
Like I said, what is it?
Maybe it's a souvenir?
What? You expect me to believe that?
Wow.
The man who built up the Clarkson Empire. He must have been able to withstand unfathomable pressure and accusations, while constantly spilling human blood. The more I learned about him, the more I felt like he was completely beyond my reach. He possessed an impeccable mind. I can still remember that even now. When I first met P.J. Clarkson, how did I feel? I just thought, oh, so this is what it feels like to be in the presence of a truly powerful person. He had a very unique aura, as if he had surpassed the realm of good and evil. It's the kind of feeling you get when you come face to face with a legendary actor or an influential politician. So I was also able to sense the deep darkness that trailed behind him. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. The more he shined, the more the people around him had to squint to shut out the light.
Very true.
The heat was just so intense that it forced people to shut up their hearts in order to keep from burning up. But Patricia was different. She greeted travelers with a warm embrace, like the real sun. I'm going to save her, even if I need to walk through a bullet to get there. Avery showered me with key words. Smarty pants scientist, research, lab. Why didn't I pick up on any of it? If shallow prejudice is what prevented me from taking his words seriously, then I truly am a failure as an agent. No, I know why. I was still immature as a human being.
You said that someone inherited the Sang Rouge recipe, didn't you? Is that someone Avery Smith?
It has to be. Avery used to help Professor R do research in secret.
What? Well, that wasn't in the report.
I only realized it just now. The moment I spilled my coffee on the floor. Avery revealed that he was helping with some sort of research. But at the time, I let his confession go in one ear and out the other. Now that I look back on it, I realize it was solid proof that he was helping her produce Sang Rouge.
What makes you think that?
He had free access to the deepest parts of the cold storage warehouse.
Oh. Wait.
Meaning...
Sang Rouge needs to be produced in an extremely cold
really?
environment.
Huh.
Exactly. Aaliyah Davis. You already considered this possibility, didn't you? That's why you investigated the cold storage warehouse as soon as you got to Lucare, in order to locate where Sang Rouge was being made. Then, you came across Lisa's body by pure chance.
Okay, those two are important, so...
The Greenvale case. It awoke me, and also stole my irreplaceable best friend from me. If it weren't for that case, I might still be an FBI agent. The case dealt such a blow to me. It shattered all those dreams.
Who do you think benefited most from the Greenvale case?
No one. Many lives were lost. That's all.
You really believe that?
Everyone who survived was overcome with sadness. Scarred for life.
Without exception?
Without exception. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I feel like you're the one person who benefited from the case. You were able to add a new chapter to your stunning career and earned unshakable trust from the chief. That's what allows you to go on using his intel network as you please, even though you're retired.
Are you seriously suggesting that? Sickness is destroying my body. I feel like I'm on the verge of losing my mind. Yet, somehow, I'm unable to forget the cases connected to those seeds. Whittling down what's left of my life, chasing them. You really think I'm doing all this for nothing but self-interest? Is that really what you're saying?
That's what she's saying.
Melvin's cheerful exterior betrayed all the darkness that lurked within him.
It's a very long segment, but at the same time, it's also like the last bit of the mystery being solved finally.
His happy-go-lucky personality was...
Like, as soon as they brought up Avery being super tall, I was like, yeah, I think he's the monster. The 10-foot giant, he just doesn't look 10 foot. But he still probably could have reached it.
It all makes sense. Now I understand why he kept insulting Lena.
Wait, what?
Melvin's cheerful exterior, his happy-go-lucky personality was probably just his way of coping. It all makes sense. Now I understand why he kept insulting Lena.
That makes no sense. Actually, no, that makes no sense. He said Lena was not to be trusted, but at the same time, he absolutely loved her? What? Loved her more than his wife? It makes no fucking sense.
Melvin wasn't the Fool King.
What?
Many different characters pop up in Lena's journal, and I mistook one of them for someone else.
What are you talking about?
After Simon hit me and I fainted, I had a dream.
Simon. Oh. This part.
Now I'm convinced. I'm the Fool King. The Fool King was always meant to be an outsider who suddenly arrived in Lucare. And the man she felt a need to eliminate wasn't me, but Avery. Lena realized her plan was on the verge of falling apart. She also guessed that I would be able to save Patricia from Melvin. The one worry that remained in her heart was leaving Patricia behind, and how her life would play out from that point on. Especially since she would be left behind with Avery, a large, childlike man who's beyond anyone's control. She wrote that journal entry hoping that I, the Fool King, would be capable of stopping Avery, and she wrote it in a specific way in order to try and rouse me to action. Lena and Melvin both entrusted me with their daughter. So please, just let me go. It's my duty to protect her. Aaliyah's smart. She's top class, even within the FBI. She must understand that what I'm saying makes sense. Problem is that she's too smart. The way she is now, she'll refuse to accept anything that can't be explained with logic.
It happens sometimes.
I understand what you're trying to say, but it's too perfect. It's too perfect, just like that report of yours. How could you come to such a detailed conclusion after spending years shut up in this room? It doesn't make sense. The only possible explanation is that you're bending the narrative in the direction you want it to go.
Why do you think I left the field for 2 years after Greenvale? That case cost me not only my best friend, but also my special talent. I never thought I'd lose something like that. But ever since then, I've been unable to solve cases using that method.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
I tried everything I could think of to regain my lost talent, but it never came back to me. That's why I quit working for the FBI. And without anywhere else to go, I simply spent my days seeking truth, searching for an answer I'd never find. So time continued to cruelly pass me by, until finally a disease started eating away at my body. I thought it was all over for me. But about half a year ago, I finally reached my conclusion. Everything started with the red seeds. He and I encountered these seeds long before we reached Greenvale. Under the seething, mind-melting sun of Louisiana. Then, for some reason, in the beginning of December, I finally regained my talent. And instantly, I could see the other world again. Get it? Through allowing the cancer cells to ravage my body, I regained the power to travel to the other side. This is the only answer, Aaliyah Davis. Truth is a surprise, born from coincidence and an unknown power.
Gosh, we're still here. I don't have that one thing anymore. I can't tell which one's the right one. I want to say it's the red seeds on the wall is one of the important ones.
Melvin, neither York nor I were able to uncover the darkness within you. How did we miss it? We couldn't even save you. Are you and Candy finally happy now on the other side? Or are you still suffering, trapped by the bonds of the red tree? I made a promise with Melvin. He entrusted me with Patricia. All he had left.
But immediately after you solved the case, you sent her to the Clarksons and left
Dude,
town.
I gotta tell you something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can't save until this cutscene's over regardless.
My candle, specifically Lucifer's, it got low.
You let
and
go of
it's
her a long
basically at the bottom. Like at the bottom of the candle. And I look over there,
into the picture now.
and the candle
That
looks like it's out.
was the wrong thing to do.
Like full on out. There's no flame coming off of it. And basically, I go to... I sit up and I'm like, wait, what was I going to do? I look over at his candle. There's a flame on it, and I'm like,
Young.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
But now...
That's the reason I got up. Was because I was going to, you know, maybe get the new candle, go ahead and cleanse it, and put it on the thing. But apparently he's like, nope.
Wow.
I'm like,
okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the other 3 candles out. But you specifically wanted your candle to stay on. So I'm just going to leave that on.
Okay.
You can't be serious. You can barely stand up.
Hey, Aaliyah.
I know, Agent Jones. I know I'm stepping over the line here. I just want to make it clear that we can't trust a word of what he says.
But it felt like I just walked into...
shocked me the most. How could a mother ever kill her own daughter?
Oh, I was on
But I know
Facebook. I was on Facebook when this happened, and I seen a stupid post by you-know-who, and I was just like...
The red tree.
You know, no.
The
Because
red
you don't
tree
need to be sharing
can take
shit
control
like
of
this.
everything.
That's fucking homophobic and
It's what leads
transphobic,
us
and basically
to
saying that any Christian that
madness.
believes in that is fucking working for the damn devil.
Wow.
When, you know, in my experience, the devil doesn't even exist.
Look at the fairy. Look at her go.
And then if there's just a
Look
whole
at the tiny fairy go.
shit ton with that.
Shoosh. Zach sees a fairy. I'm playing
That.
Zach.
Oh.
I'm playing as Zach.
She
There's
was
Zach.
the first
There's
perpetrator in
Zach
the
Morgan.
case. And technically, she was also the first victim.
No!
Yeah.
No!
That's Francis Zach Morgan, like, so many years after the Greenville incident. And with cancer.
How the fuck is he still alive?
He,
And look young as fuck.
young.
Yeah, with fucking York.
That was 2005. That was before Greenville. The entire game I've been playing happened before Greenville. All the gameplay parts besides this happened several years before Greenville. or Greenville. Like 2/3 of this game takes place as a prequel to the first game, and this part's the sequel. Because the two cases are actually connected. Which is what this entire bit right now is about. It's connecting the two cases together. So of course he looked young back in the main gameplay part. That was like... This is 2019. After he lost York. At the end of the first game.
No. Games are way more confusing than my life. That's all I'm gonna say, and that's speaking fucking volumes. And please fucking hurry.
I'm trying. I cannot save until sometime after this. I think he's only confused due to the fact that he's not been paying attention to this game the whole way through. Or at all, really.
Maybe... Well, it's impossible to ask her now, but... Maybe she really did love her daughter with all her heart. And so... she was afraid. Afraid of what would happen if her daughter did end up inheriting the Clarkson estate. It was fear. Or something like it. That's what let the red tree inside.
That's still no reason to kill someone. Especially not your own daughter.
I know. Of course I know that. And I'm sure that deep down, she did too. What came first? The seed or the fruit? Who cares? To me, those red seeds are the beginning and the end of it all.
Two bizarre cases derailed your life. It must have been extremely painful. You have my deepest condolences, but that doesn't put you in the clear. You're still a suspect.
A suspect? For what? Patricia isn't here.
The murders of Sheriff Melvin Woods and Candy Woods. Their bodies were never recovered. Katrina carried them away, along with many other lives. Aside from that report you wrote, there's nothing that proves your innocence.
Hey, let's not jump to conclusions here.
Oh, I'm not. I also suspect there's a possibility that he murdered individuals connected to other cases that he's worked on. The Greenvale report bears the same inconsistencies as this one, and both cases are filled with victims whose deaths were never witnessed.
Stop. Don't say another word. If you so much as mention her name.
If I mention it, then what?
You will pay. Twinkle, my fairy. Don't look at me that way. I know how talented she is. I completely agree with you on that one. But I can't hand everything off to her just yet. Can you just let me get my way one last time? Belle. No. Special Agent Aaliyah Davis. You're exceptionally talented, I admit it. You found Lisa's body, then discovered the red seeds all on your own. You even noticed that there was someone else in this room. You've got amazing intuition. You're a hunter with an extremely keen sense of smell. But you still can't perceive the other world the way you are now. That's all there is to it. Simon, look inside that trash can.
Huh? The trash can?
It's right behind you. Then you'll know for sure that I'm telling the truth.
What the hell?
We told you not to touch the sanctuary!
What is this?
The one who set Ilya the tip and set everything to motion when you talk alone. FK.
What's on that receipt? What is it, Agent Jones?
FK.
FK.
Contact a local agent and have them investigate Avery Smith's home. There are still agents investigating the Lucare area, right? Trust me. That's where Patricia Clarkson is.
Trust you? Where's your proof?
Ask Aaliyah Davis. Ask her about the name of the person who tipped her off.
What do you mean?
You're from Chicago, and you love pizza, right? Especially deep dish pizza, smothered in cheese.
What does this have to do with pizza?
Just ask her, and ask her why she decided to take this case in the first
Oh,
place.
so that's where that question came in from.
Got it? Pizza will never betray you. So you need to trust it, too.
But how could you have known that I would come here with her?
I didn't. I just bet on you.
God damn it.
Hey! Tell me what's going on right now, Agent Jones.
Thank you, my fairy. Car key, Simon.
Let me go.
Don't worry. Just trust in the pizza. I'm the anonymous tipper. FK.
It's on the corner of 3rd Street. 69 Pontiac GTO.
You've got excellent taste. Lend me your gun, too.
Agent Jones! Don't you see what you're doing here? This is a severe obstruction of justice. You're violating the FBI code.
Yeah, Aaliyah, I know, but pizza will never betray me.
Pizza?
Tell Abrahams to prepare a private jet for me at the airport. I know Robert won't turn his back on me.
Wait, Morgan, are you serious? The chief would never lend out a private jet to a civilian like...
I have to leave you for a bit, my fairy. They'll be fine. They'll figure it all out.
Okay, so now we get to more stuff.
York, can you hear me? I'm going to go finish the job you started. That makes us even, okay? York, she really is a genius agent. She's probably going to end up being an even better agent than we were. She just needs more experience under her belt. She's still only pursuing the world she can see with her naked eye. She needs to experience more frustration. She needs to strengthen herself. On the other hand, Simon's much smarter than he looks. No wonder he was able to go on watching us for 4.5 years. All that struggling under the surface paid off in the end. Do you want to know why he decided to start trusting me? It's simple. It's all because of the name I used to send the tip to the FBI. It's the name of that pizza parlor, the Chicago-style place with those trademarked crimson boxes. Franklin's Kitchen. FK. Yet again. They've got the best deep dish pizza in the area. Both Simon and I love that place. That's why I told him, pizza will never betray you. New York.
Pizza. The power of pizza. Got us out of here. Alright, so we're going back into the fray again. Just going back into the fray going to be long because I'm probably need to be going to bed now. 5 hours later. Also, I might need to end this off anyway. Damn you, cancer.
Ugh.
York, it's almost time. Let's finish this. I'll be there soon. Watch my back, will you? This is going to be my final battle. So I'm this far gone, huh? But unlike 14 years ago, I feel more at home in this world now.
Final battle. Explore the cold storage warehouse. Oh, thank you. Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah. Fair. Fine. That's video games for you. 15 years later, I still have all the same shit I had before. Alright, shit, I hate this. I don't think there's much left of this game. I hate it because probably need to go to bed. But literally, there's probably not much left of this game. That's why all I have is all the stuff I have from there. You know what? You know, any... Alright. Put some of the sodas back. We're not gonna worry about hunger, we're not gonna worry about that. Status helmets, everything. I'm gonna take all of them and a few of them with me and leave the rest blank. Alright. There we go. Just have 200 ammo. Got my fist gun. Got the same power as before. I don't like how before entering that one place I don't get a chance to fix my altar up. Also I can buy whatever I want, it seems right. I'll buy one donut. It's like I'll buy one donut. Alright. So there's that. Well, you know what? I'm going to end this part regardless because it's been 2 hours. So there's that. So anyway, I'll see you all next time on that. I will find out if I want to go ahead and record the last part because I'm like right at the fucking end of the game. I kind of want to beat it tonight so that way I have nothing kind of like holding me back. You know, I can move on to another game and kind of maybe upload both of them simultaneously. But we're this close to beating it, so hopefully I can do something. Who knows? So if you've seen other games uploaded before this part, just know that it's probably because of that. Oh, also, the mic will totally be fixed by the time I start playing something else. It's going to be great. But we're not going to talk about the mic being fixed there. No. You should know about it now. This is where the mic. This is the video series the mic got fixed at before I started working on other video series where the mic was already fixed to begin with. I'll at least give people something to watch, like on the days where my mic messed up. Anyway, boop time. It's boop time. Do stuff down in the description below. I want to see if I can convince Anton to let me just stay up and finish this game because this close. Actual final boss, like actual final dungeon, end of the game. kind of want to finish it tonight, so I can work on something else next time I do this. Which maybe Monday if I got nothing else going on for myself. So I might as well keep recording. Nothing stopping me. Anyway, love y'all. Bye bye. Boop.